evening, everyone. Tonight I'd like to show you Beethoven's Fur Elise. It's a lovely piece of music, and the most fundamental thing is that it's classical music. It's not romantic, and it has to be steady. Beethoven wrote it as Poco moto, so a little motion. He doesn't have allegro or fast or anything like that, so when it comes to, he writes that in when he wants it to move. He writes shorter length notes, and that's what makes it move. But your basic groove or tempo sway, torso sway, has to be to the eighth. There are 3/8 per bar, with the left hand being in 16ths. So it's, if you tongue the 16ths, it's da 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 1 3 E 1. So it starts on the upbeat. So 3 E 1 2 3 E. As long as you keep tonguing it, you won't get unsteady. You'll keep it within the frame, and it won't get anxious sounding. So to try and keep it like that, I'll go a little bit slower still, but just give you the idea. 3. It changes completely here, so you want to ease into the... And the thing that happens there is that instead of him keeping things strictly to the 16th, in other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, he lengthens the first of those two notes and then makes a really short one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Instead of tick, if you're tonguing it to the 16th, tongue, 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 it's tongue, tongue, like that. So tick, 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 tick. That keeps it steady and right in time. So, and then is 1, 2. So there, he's got 2 30-seconds for each 16th. So, and it's preceded by a mordent, so you just crushed note like that. So if you go I just put that in on the, you might put it a little earlier, but I put it in on the 4th 16th of the left, and just put a bit of a rit. Pull back. Like that. And now each, at this point, each, you don't go out of the frame of the 8th. You keep the 8th steady. Da, 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 da. 1 and 2 and 3. And it's 30 seconds, so you got 4 30 seconds in each 8th. So now it's still 4 30 seconds, but you want to be thinking in 8ths so that when you come to this next part, or 16ths, so that you come to that next bar, you're still steady. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 so on. So do you see how it stays all homogeneous and within the groove when you can count like that? Keeps it steady. So then when it comes down here, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. So if you're already tonguing the 16th, tongue, tick, 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 tick. You're not going to. This is the spot where instead of 2 16ths in each eighth, he puts a triplet of 3 16ths in the time of 2. So that's why you've got 9 notes. You've got 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can't suddenly go really fast. It's got to be within the frame, within the groove of that eighth. So then it's 1, 2, 3. Now it's, because this is 1, 2, 3. Now it's chromatic. So if you can put your 3 on that black key and use 3, 1, 3, 1 when you're in the black keys, and then 3, 2, 1 when you go from black to white to white. It's the standard fingering for a chromatic scale descending then. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. But you see how it has to come in. If I count eighths, you'll hear it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, for that last chord, and it's tenuto, you got to hold it, but to play it's dying down. Morendo means dying down. So when you get 1 and 2 and 3, so he doesn't just want a writ there of slowing down and spreading. He wants it to die away in tone. So 1, 2, and to get that quiet sound, you still flop right through to the floor, but you draw the keys. You draw your fingers in towards you like that, and don't play the key all the way down, just, but you want to voice the top and the bass, and then hear the thumbs a little bit. But when you can sink in like that, it can be as tender as you want, because you just relax your hand. And so there's a lot to be learned in a piece like this. But the timing is the essential thing, to hold it all to one tempo. And then it's going to make sense. It's not going to have spots that sound anxious and agitated. It's going to all sound musical and within the frame. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that and that you practice the piece. It's a fun one to learn. I want to memorize it throughout. I've nearly got it, but that'll make it that it's more polished. Hope you have a good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.